Welcome everyone to this Belgian Princely Economic Mission. We are here in direct live from Belgium and you are in Japan, of course, creating video games. Because the idea is to create video games in 48 hours, a maximum of 72 hours between teams coming from Belgium and Japan. Why Japan? Of course, because Japan is the historical cradle of the video game industry. Most of the big video games are coming from Japan. So that was a great opportunity for us in Belgium to create with you guys. We had, of course, it was the opportunity to show, of course, all the people from the video game industry here in Belgium because we have many creators, from designers to art directors, developers, etc., etc. But first of all, let's present our partners here. It's Walga because we are here live at Walga, the trade association representing the video game industry in Wallonia and Belgium, co-organized with Liège Game Lab, of course, with the AWEX, the Walloon Trade and Exportation Agency, and Waloni Broussel Campus. My name is Kamal, I'm a journalist and making chronicles about video games and movies, and I'm gonna present for you all the people who are creators of this great Belgian Japanese game Jam. But first of all, let's discover a video clip of Waloni Broussel Campus. Percent of people from Japan. What is the topic of this great game jam? Not something like random, something really important, because the topic and all the economic mission is based on one something really important: climate issues and all the things that are all around this climate issues. And here for this video game jam, we wanted to focus on it. So we had to create a video game with climate issues, but we had also lots of mandatory things to put on them, like visuals for the video games based on the work of Jean-Michel Folon, famous Belgian Wallonian artist, who is using watercolors. So you're gonna discover on these great creations that they had to work with watercolors. You're gonna discover it, of course. Why watercolors? Because of course it's something really used here in one of the country of comic books, Belgium, and one of the other country of comic book, Japan. So that was the perfect match. 19 projects, 20 projects, sorry. 18 of them were created. You're gonna see the videos. and develop. And the idea is to create interactivity. So this is why you'll be able to ask questions during the presentation, after the presentation, of course. You'll have the opportunity to vote for your best video games. You're gonna see like there's gonna be like a contest. The winners is gonna be like receive, of course, prize in the Kyoto Manga Museum in Japan, with the presence of the Princess Astrid, the Minister Mathieu Michel, and the Mayor of Kyoto. Three of them are going to be there to present the prices of the video games. And now we're going to discover a slideshow of the manga museum now. Now let the show begin with the teams. So we're gonna begin with team number 1. The name of the game is Coup.
Hello everyone, I am going to present our game, Q, A Journey to Chaos to Balance. We are all aware of the global warming and the environmental issue. This is still a subject we have to talk about, and parents may wonder, how do I explain to my children why the Earth is changing? How can I explain the need of balance in the world? Well, game can be the answer. Through fun visual gameplay, the children can remember better the story behind it. So Q is a 2D platform game where you have to gather elements to ensure the balance of the world. The unique watercolor style refers to illustrations in children's books to catch their eyes. Q is also a cute little void character. He is based on children proportions so they can imagine them like him. Through Q, children will understand the importance of solidarity and balance.
Let's go for team number 2 with a video game called Orbs. Different style, you're gonna see different visuals. Great games. Team number 3, Secret Garden, in French, Le Jardin Secret. What is it about?
So to begin, in the Secret Garden game, the player evolves in a beautiful and mysterious garden. This garden is in fact as much a metaphor of the peaceful secret garden we got in mind, and the environment in general. These notions are linked, as well as the state of the environment is directly linked to our spirit and thought. This game shows something beautiful visually speaking. We wanted to make you dive into the beauty of the world, to make you want to take care of it, in fact. That's why making the game half 2D and 3D was for us the better way to immerse yourself. Moreover, it's a pretty soft and poetic design, you know. We speak about endangered species that are sensitive to humans' actions, with plenty of corrupted creatures you need to save. These creatures are directly linked to nature. The nature goes wrong and humans are impacted, of course. So if they are linked with healthy and balanced environments. Finally, we also speak about deforestation. You will have to replant a certain tree, simply dead from human greed. So that's all we considered the environment aspects, and so the unbalanced problematic. About the consideration of the Belgian and Japanese culture, you're gonna see at first sakuras and other Japanese garden elements with many Uchiwa Aquarius styles sometimes, but not always. That's why also we've got a few areas without cultural aspects. or the introduction, for example, that is a mix of acquired aspect and numeric aspect. Moreover, with the player sprite, we see traditional Japanese influence, of course, but I don't think we see that kind of stripped poncho very often in Japan, as well as blonde hair. The cardboard effect on 2D asset reminds us the traditional Belgian puppet show. So you and your twin are kids. You created an amazing secret garden where you can be yourself out of this rude and insociability crisis society we know. But if you stayed yourself, your twin didn't resist the pressure and fell apart. With all the pain, the anger, and the fear he felt, he eventually ate all the magic apples of the king tree to make himself stronger. Even though the king tree will die, even if it would undergird all the garden and its magic elementary creatures, and finally, even if it would transform him into a dreamless monster of despair. Your goal, so the goal, is to reimplant the king tree to rehabilitate balance in the garden and save endangered creatures. You must save your afraid and lost twin, the one with sculptured mind that treats the garden. For the gameplay, we thought about an exploration game with hide and seek principle. You have to find all 5 elements of the good eye hidden in an area. You're collecting the subject, guided by bell sound that go louder when you get closer, and will give this element back to grouped creatures that block the way toward another zone. Every zone has got the elements for the animals, except for the void you can collect in each area. Even if the void is absence of matters, it's exactly what balances the matter itself. So if gathering elements of matter is important, nothing will be meaningful if we don't have antimatter as well. Lastly, with all the elements in the pocket, you can save your twin. Well, enough talking. We invite you to join our each page and to test our game. We're looking for your comments, and don't forget, follow the bells.
Huh? Oh, the topic is completely in the title. Team number 4 with Panic Planet Keeper, with a real weird superhero, something.
Word premiere.
Hello, this is Nicolas, game designer for the Team 4, and let me introduce you our game Panic Planet Keeper. It's a survival game and management game in which you control a small being who lives alone on a planet. This character regularly has anxiety attacks. The only way to reduce his stress is to take a hot bath. However, taking a bath has a strong ecological impact on the planet. Our characters know this, so he wants to preserve the surrounding nature at all costs. Panic Planet Keeper is a management game that will ask you to find the balance between your inner good and the good of the planet. We thought it was interesting to put this balance between personal comfort and health on one side and the good of the environment, nature, planet on the other side. The game constantly shows us that these two values are not antagonists and that we must find a balance between them. Think about it. Ecology was an important value to us. Our game, with its dreamlike 2D artistic direction, directly confronts the player with environmental problems and the contradictions that are imposed to him. Each action he makes has a happy or dramatic consequence on his environment. Through the game, we realize that the main thing is to be aware of our ecological footprint and of everything we do. Okay, let's look at how it's played. When the player starts a game, a tutorial explains the manipulation to do. In Panic Planet Keeper, the player moves on a 2D circular planet and must always keep an eye on the planet gauge and on the environment gauge. Like every day for as long as he can remember, our character is having an anxiety attack. His bath is the only thing that allows him to relax. Oh, we lack the necessary resources. As the tutorial tells us, at the beginning of the game we need 3 wood resources and 1 water resource. Let's get that and take a bath. You've got the basics done, right? Let's move on the feature that defines if you're a great manager, the change of form. By dint of doing action, our character gets tired and he has to go back home. Every time he goes home, up, he changes his clothes. Each clothing has a property according to an element. The blue outfit gives more water resource when you go to the well. The green outfit gives more wood resource when you cut a tree. The red outfit makes bathing much faster. Choose the shape you need for each situation when you return home. That's it. Oh, I forgot, the difficulty of the game is progressive. The more the days go by, the more the jokes go crazy and the harder it's to keep your balance. Good game to all.
Theme number 5, recycle. Of course, you have to recycle. It's important, no?
Hello everyone! Thank you a lot for following this presentation. Our team number 5 is going to show you our game, Recycle. Ready? Story. We are in 2030 and it's raining. In this game, you play Vaku, a young janitor working for a very big cleaning company. His days all look alike. Nothing exciting ever happens. The more the day passes, the more waste he has to clean. He noticed that people are becoming less and less careful with what they buy, and therefore what they throw away as well, unbalancing the entire planet cycle. One day, Vaku decided he couldn't let things keep going this way. He grabbed his favorite vacuum cleaner and suddenly, just before he could do anything, he was granted a fantastical power. He could now not only clean dirt, but also sort it and release some cute creature locked up inside the trash. About the game. You have 3 elements to balance out: fire, earth, and water. You need to sort out the garbage based on those elements to reach the needed balance for planet Earth. Use the mouse to click on a tile and then click where you would want it to go in the 6 direction available to the hexagon tile. When the timer reaches 0, if you manage to clip the progression bars close to the demanded area, you save the planet. But if you were too low, you couldn't make the planet happy. In the meantime, some cute animals have been trapped in the trash. Help them out and collect them by sorting them out. But be careful. They will not help progress the progression bars. So, to summarize how the game works. First, keep vacuuming the right trash according to the progress bars. And second, protect the cute animals and collect them. And by doing that, you're doing the most important thing, not letting the planet suffer. I hope you'll have a lot of fun playing our game. So, let's recycle!
I'm really hungry. Team number 6. Tofu kozo. I want to eat all of them.
Hello everyone, let me present you Tofu Kozo. Do you know yokais? They are supposed to be bad spirits, no? And if I tell you that it's not always the case. For example, here is our hero, the yokai named Tofu Kozo, the spirit of a kid who is nice with humans, and his only wish is to have as much tofu as he can. With a totally new design inspired from the Belgian artist named Margaret, Tofu Kozo will travel through no Japanese land to cut in pieces of tofu. Why is he doing that again? Just because that his dream is all bad. Have as much tofu as possible to create the biggest tofu in the world. Don't forget, Tofu Kozo is a yokai. Yes, but it's still a kid, so don't be surprised about his goal. In this world, we need to be careful. This old Japanese land is full of natural dangers. so you should avoid the obstacles that you will meet in your journey. Otherwise, it will be hard for you to complete your goal. Before I show you a game, you could tell me, hey, your game seems to be a really game, but why do we have to run? And that's an excellent question with an excellent answer. You are a yokai, so if you want to interact with the real world, you will need an insane amount of energy. You just can't lose it for nothing. Now you know why you are running like this. Finally, it's the moment you were waiting for, the demonstration of Tofu Puzzle. Here we are with the menu. This is the key out of the game that you already saw earlier. So let's start our journey. As I told you, we have two things to be aware of. The first one is to avoid obstacles so we don't lose Tofus. You can either jump with space or lower yourself with left shift. The second one is to collect new parts of Tofus. For the rest, I will let you discover by yourself how the game is ending. To be honest, it's a game where you can't really lose, but there is some challenge with the timer above your screen. Would you be the player to beat our game the fastest? Let's see that on itch.io by tapping in the search bar. Tofu Puzzle.
Unfortunately, team number 7 could not make it, but at least they tried. That's something really important. We had like 20 teams and only 2 of them could not make it, so that's important. Oh, again, team number 8 with eggcooks. Again, food, 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 mixing Japanese food and Belgian food all together. Oh, it's really cool. Fries, chocolate, and sushis all together in one recipe.
Hello, I'm Roberta, spokesperson from Team 8. Now I will start the presentation of our game. The title of our game is He Cooks. He Cooks is a platform game featuring 2 characters, Ken, a Japanese guy, and Nicolas, the Belgian guy. The platform is designed to let the player travel inside manga and comics books cases. This game is a manga-style 2D, action and exploration about a Japanese and a Belgian who are trying to protect the environment and eat good dishes. The background art of this game depicts real Japanese and Belgian places, so you can enjoy the background as well as the traditional cuisine of each country. Earlier, I mentioned protecting the environment. In this game, you can get food by throwing away trash, turning off the air conditioner, and other such actions. This is a direct response to the real environmental problems which with action we can make. These are small actions, but by doing them, we can protect the environment. And then we can get food. The message is that we should not break such a cycle between humans and the environment that gives us our food. Now let me explain a little the game. The concept of this game is to enjoy the exhilaration of solving problems and the excitement of what kind of food we can make with the item the player collects by controlling the mirrored characters. Now let's take a look at the actual gameplay.
Team number 9 with fire glider, of course, climate issues, fires, and all these climate problems.
Hi, we are Team 9 and we're presenting to you our game, Fire Glider. So what is Fire Glider? Well, it's a homage to Belgian nonsense, as you'll see in the game, to Japanese dogs, as you'll see in the game, and childhood flash games. So what is the concept of the game? Well, first of all, I want to talk about the game style. Basically, it's a collection of mini games that kind of play like the late 2000s flash games that we played on the browser when we were kids. It's also set more about the world. It's kind of chaotic and nonsensical. Chaotic because it's the island is suffering from wildfires, as you'll see later. But it is also pretty nonsensical because there are a lot of things that are nonsensical. Why are there Shiba Inus falling off the sky? Why is there Hergé, a Belgian toon artist that is with an anime T-shirt jumping around and asking for help? I think it really represents Belgian culture, as we have a lot of things that don't really make sense here. As for environmental concern, the main one is basically that there's a wildfire in our island, and yes, the wildfires are one of the many consequences of climate change, as we have seen in the last couple of years. And our character, so I'll let you pause the video if you want to read the lore. I want to focus more on the design. So he has a black cape with a yellow and red paraglider, so it makes the Belgian flag, and his face also looks like a cork, or bouchon de liège, or bouchon de liège in French. I've talked a lot about Belgium, but it's not to say that we haven't included Japanese culture in the game. You'll see in the trailer that I'm gonna show next, but we have Shiba Inus, the famous breed of dogs from Japan, and we also have Mount Fuji. And I'll let you now watch the game trailer that will cover visually what the gameplay is and how the game looks visually with everything in it. I'll see you next time. I don't know when.
Team number 10, tribute maybe to a famous show on HBO. Maybe not. The name of the game is Lost.
The player gifted with powers of 4 elements, fire, water, wind and earth, finds a world when colors were stolen by the evil god of the void and his minions of the pollution. To restore colors, the player needs to meet the animal gods and make offerings to them. 2 of them are inspired by the Japanese culture and 2 others are inspired by the Belgian culture. At the start of the game, you can directly see instructions on how to use your powers, so any random person who launches the game will know how to play it. The evil god of the void won't come after you until you make your first offering. That way, you can get familiar with controls. be careful, the time is running out. On the bottom of the screen you can see how much time you have left. You can add 10 seconds to your timer by picking up an hourglass. There is one more user interface element that you need to know about. These sliders fill up when you use your powers. When the green slider fills up, the player will be stunned for a short period. When the red, blue or the orange slider fill up, the consequences are more severe. Your global timer directly goes to zero. You lose your connection to the gods and the god of the void wins. You go back to the start of the game. So you need to use your powers wisely and in a balanced way. Unfortunately, as there is no rest for the wicked, there is no rest for the righteous. After completing all the tasks and restoring all of the colors, the game doesn't end. You will need to continue fighting to keep the balance, and eventually, even the best player will succumb. Then you will be returned to the starting point. The fight for the balance is never ending.
More very cool gameplay for this video game. I think we have people from team number 10 here with us. So if you have any questions about the video game, don't hesitate, of course. Feel free to ask them all the questions that are coming into your mind. Also people from the audience. If we don't have any questions for this video games using all the elements, water, fire, everything, I think the idea is good. Great idea. We can go to team number 11, the Traveler's Footprint. What a great title. We're going to discover it, and if you have any questions, let's go.
Hello, I'm going to present you the game The Traveler's Footprint. Our team was inspired by mixing Japanese and Belgian culture together. The logo just represents that. We crossed Belgian fried potatoes with cherry blossom petals, representing Japan. The two overlap each other. The fried potatoes go to Japan and the petals go to Belgium, thereby representing the exchange between the two countries.
「このゲームではあなたはブリュッセルの若者となって日本への旅に出ます。旅の中でエレメント・オブ・五代を見つけることがあるでしょう。それらを集めておかないと道中の同じ元素を持つ鬼を倒せなくなってしまいます。必ず集めておきましょう。どうして鬼を倒す必要があるのかって？それは鬼が地球の酸素を吸い尽くし死の星にしようとしているからです。 もし鬼を倒せば酸素は戻ってきて地球の二酸化炭素も減らすことができますよ。最後に自分も二酸化炭素を出すこととあなたのホストに渡すベルギー名物フライドポテトを忘れずに。
The game is a runner. The character is in constant movement. You only need to press the spacebar to jump, to catch elements or get over obstacles. To free the air imprisoned by the Onis, you need to get the element that refers to that Oni, fire element, in your possession.
Welcome back again with the game The Traveler's Footprint. I'm sure that you have in Japan also great fries. Can we say French fries? No, I would say Belgian fries, please, guys. And I'm sure that you have also awesome and great chocolate. The Traveler's Footprint. So I think we have people from this team. So if you have any question, feel free to ask them if all humans have this traveler's footprint or not. Great idea. If we don't see any question in this incoming seconds, we can try to go for the other team. All these games, the visuals are really amazing. Like, reminder, it's made in 48 hours. So great work, guys. Japanese and Belgian teams working together. The idea is not to have winners, the idea is to have creators working together from different countries. That's the most important thing of this jam. We can go for team 12 with Atori.
Atori, a mysterious flying creature that travels the world to collect garbage thrown in the air using the power of music. His duty is to protect the planet from pollution as its guardian. Collect the garbage by hitting it and click on the space key at the right time to eat the garbage and heal yourself. When the wing of the bird is situated in the middle of the rhythm bar, use the WS key or up and down arrow to fly up or fly down. You can only move during that moment, so keep the rhythm. Manage to hit a score over 5,000 or the mission of your mysterious bird fails. The game goes faster and faster as much as you can go. Enjoy saving the planet. Atori, a mysterious flying creature that travels the world.
Atori, great game. Really good question, but unfortunately we don't have people from the team Atori. But good question. Is the character a chocobo mixed with the Twitter logo? It could be, I think, but maybe we'll let the creators talk about their great creation. Is it a mix between a Chocobo from Final Fantasy and a Twitter logo? We'll never know, but or maybe yes. Um, Great idea. Like look like a casual games, but also mixing like the idea of the game jam, all the issues about climate change. Oh, Theme 13. It's a French title. Prends garde Kiko, meaning be aware. Kiko. Kiko.
Prends garde Kiko is a game in which you will be able to control Kiko, the protagonist. In this 2.5D platformer game, you will have to escape from the weather hazards caused by climate change. You will start from Kiko's homeland, the land of ice. Because of the rise of the sea level, Kiko has to find a new homeland. And he has to be quick. Kiko can't swim, so you will need to be careful about the water. Once you clear the ice area, you will need to go through the desert area. Because of the hot temperature of the desert and its armor, Kiko can't walk as quickly as he used to. You will need to do your best to reach the end of the level before the sandstorm approaches. I still haven't introduced you to Kiko. Kiko is a very strong penguin who has mastered samurai martial arts and who is as brave and courageous as all Belgian soldiers. Since the very first concept art of Kiko, we loved the idea of a penguin dressed in clothes that combine both Japanese and Belgian armors. We tried to capture the vibe of a very strong yet adorable main character. Yuro Mizuno, one of the artists of our team, tried her best to convey that feeling in our concept art. Isn't Kiko adorable this way? The 3D model was then made by Ichiana Hiroki, the other game designer and only 3D artist of our team. He did an excellent job at creating realistic animation for Kiko. I mean, look at him dance. And, well, Kiko used to live peacefully in his homeland with his fellow penguins before the climate changed. Now, Kiko is determined to survive and find a new place to live. Will you help him? In this game jam, we had to figure out a way to add the concept of the 5 elements in our game. So, in this game, we found an original way to introduce these elements. Each of the natural elements has become your enemy. You will need to find and guess the elements to progress in the game. Water is represented by the rise of the sea level. Because of the rise of temperatures, the ice is melting very fast, causing the sea level to rise. Kiko's homeland is destroyed by the water rising endlessly. Earth is represented by the desert. Because of global warming and the lack of forests, it became impossible to live there. Fire is represented by the hot temperature in the desert, and more globally, it is represented by global warming. Wind is represented by sandstorm in the desert area. If you don't clear the level fast enough, you are taken away by the tornadoes. The void is actually the only one of the 5 elements that will help you. If you fail at some points, the void will warp Kiko before he dies and will drop him at the start of the level. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this short presentation of our game. Now you can click on that download button and start playing the game to help Kiko. Goodbye! Prends garde Kiko is a game in which you will be able to control Kiko, the protagonist.
Prends garde Kiko, attention, aware Kiko, the great penguin, samurai penguin. That's a good mashup. It reminding me of a famous comic hero from the childhood called BB Fuck, also helping people to prevent all the climate disasters. Beep, 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 fuck. So thank you, the teams from Kiko. I think we have people from this team, 13, Prends Kiko. If you have any questions for them. I think we have a question. I don't see the question, but yes, this is the question. Why did you add the second part of the level? So if people from Team 13 can answer, guys, Kiko. Yeah.
The time, and we had to cancel some levels, and we kept the level that were the most interesting for the gameplay. So that's why there's the second part.
Great. We have an answer. Thank you guys from Team Kiko. Great work with this.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Samurai penguin. Good idea. Would love to have one for me at home.
Thank you.
Good question. Let's go for next one. It's a famous orange juice in Belgium, I think. Title of the game. I think you'll have problem with the rights, guys, huh? Team 14, Minute Maid. Oh, I'm really curious to know what is it about. Is it about iron juice or not? Let's discover it.
Hello and welcome to the gameplay video of Minute Maid. This is a management game where you sell food in exchange for elements to Japanese gods and yokai in order to restore the nature around you and get rid of the pollution and garbage that is in the environment. So you have 5 elements on the left side: water, fire, ground, air and void. The customers pay with a random element each, and you can use those random elements to build things in the environment. So for example, you build a campfire with fire and a tree with air. The way building works is you click on a tile and then select which building you want from the right. These structures that you build generate the elements that you build them with periodically. So it's a way of getting the elements that you need over time. As you see here, I built buildings of every single element. So trees for air, campfires for fire, lakes for water, and grain for ground. They all generate different elements, and I will use them to create void, to remove the garbage. To remove the garbage, you need the void element, which is the only element you can't get from customers or structures. The only way to get it is to combine the other 4 elements by clicking on the void icon to the left. To remove one garbage tile, you need 3 void elements. So 3 of each other element to combine into 3 void elements, and then you use those 3 to remove one garbage tile. The goal is to get rid of all the garbage. To do that, you need to manage your elements properly and get as many as you need of each. Once you removed all the garbage tiles, you pretty much finished the game. Congratulations. Thank you for watching this video and for checking out our game. Hello and welcome to the gameplay video of Minute Maid.
Thank you guys for Minute Maid. It is not a video game about orange juice. Oof. There were some issues with the sound because I have many questions about that. Is the sound in the game or it's just the video? I think it's just the video, of course. It happens sometimes when you have only 48 hours to create a video game. It happens, but it's okay. It's okay. Great visuals. Looks like great old puzzle games that I loved during the 90s. Cool. We have Team 14 here, and they are answering. So sounds problems are from the records, of course. Thank you, Team 14. If you have any other questions, because we don't have Team 15, so we'll jump from Team 14 to Team 16 with a video game called Verdant. Verdant? Depends on the way you pronounce it.
Go, 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 go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Go, 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 go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
The world is out of balance, and the Earth tree is lifeless. Climate change has destabilized the careful balance between the natural elements. To fight this crisis, cooperation between countries is mandatory. You must use the strengths of one character, representing its country, to make up for the weaknesses of the other, and reciprocally. It is only through this collaboration that balance can be brought back, and that the planet can.
Hello again, guys. Video game Jam between Belgium and Japan. So I told you that it was made in 48 hours. They had, of course, 48 more hours to upload the videos, to check all the details and everything. So basically more 72 hours than 48 hours. But again, great job made. 48 or 72 hours, awesome job. And this video game is called Verdant. I don't know if you have any questions. I have a question like from IR John, and the idea of switching characters is really good. So it's not a question basically, but it's something affirmative. People like the fact that it's a cute game, beautiful visuals, little animals, great, a platform game. That's nice because all of the games are really different. You know, we have also different visuals, but also different game engines and game styles, and that's also important because when you talk about video games, it's not only about fighting games and shooters and everything. So basically, you can create whatever you want, like movies, comic books, etc., etc. Let's go for team 17, guys, with Rizulimo the last tree. Rizulimo. Rizulimo? I think.
Hi everybody and welcome to Rizulimo presentation. Rizulimo is an action 2D puzzle game in which you will embody a character inspired from The Little Prince. Rizulimo is about a universe which is unbalanced and in which you will need to save the last tree by balance the 5 elements.
Our story begins with the waking up of our hero, alone on his planet. He finds himself with the sprout of the last tree, the last remaining plant of the planet which maintains him and his environment alive. But the small tree is dying, and to save it, our hero will need to explore 5 worlds in order to gather the 5 elements which will save the sprout. The void world, the air world, the water world, the fire world, and the earth world. Hi everybody and welcome to
Hello guys, the last tree, Rizulimo. I hope that I'm pronouncing the good way, the right way for this video game. Again, reminder, climate change issues. That's the topic of the game jam because it's the topic of this economic mission from Belgium and Japan. So great mixed teams from Japan and Belgium. No one from Team 17, but we have lots of people talking about the ambitious video game that we are watching at the moment with these videos, especially this one and also the previous ones. We have 3 more presentations. One with Team 18, a video game called Godai Journey. Let's discover it now, guys, and if you have any questions, feel free.
Hello everyone, I'm going to introduce our game, Godai Journey. Godai no Tabi. The word Godai in our game's title means 5 peaks, because the map is separated into 5 areas, which symbolize fire, water, earth, wind, and void. And our character using the power of 5 elements to clean up the environment. The character is a cute fox boy or girl dressed in a purple Miko suit named Fuku. The name Fuku came from a Japanese word called Fukatsu, which means rebirth. The 5 elemental spirits represent the elements of the Godai: earth for Qi, water for Sea, fire for He, air for Fu, and finally Ku for the void. They are the guardians of the harmony of our world. Together, they keep the fragile balance. Our game is a puzzle game in Japanese painting style, and the goal of the game is to reach the target score within the limited steps or time. The puzzle has 5 kinds of bubbles, which means 5 kinds of elements: fire, water, earth, wind, and void. There are totally 10 stages in the map, and the difficulties will become higher and higher as the stage goes. For example, the steps you can use will be less, and the time will also be shortened. There may also appear garbage bubbles in the puzzle, and you will have to clean them by combo the bubbles nearby. In the future of the game, we would like to add some improvement by creating new gameplay, such as the use of spirit powers. And for the playing, you can travel around the map like this. And you can even climb the mountain. Very cool, right? Like other puzzle games, the bubble will disappear when more than 3 bubbles come together. And when 4 bubbles get together, it will become a moving bubble, which can clean up one line when it was on. Also, when 5 bubbles get together with a certain shape, they can become a rainbow bubble. It can clear one kind of bubble in the puzzle, which is a massive boost for the score. Also, you can even combine 2 rainbow bubbles together. And finally, I hope you enjoy our game. Bye!
Hello again, guys. The name of the game is Godai Journey. I think we have people from the team. So if we have any questions, feel free to ask them. Looks like a puzzle game. Great tribute to some of the great Japanese games, of course. With reminder that they had to use kind of watercolors style. Of course, tribute to famous Belgian painter Folon. So that was one of the, of course, mandatory thing to put on the game. Some people would like on the chat to create more levels because, oh, they've already finished it. Chrono Kami, congratulations, you finished all the levels from the games. You're a master. You're a senior from the game. So you have to ask to Godai Journey to put more and more and more and more levels, infinite power, like the Emperor on Star Wars. So let's go. Now for the next game, Team 19, if we don't have questions. Oh, great tribute to Japan, Purification Samurai. Let's discover who's the samurai. That's great.
Hello everyone and welcome. I will present our game, the Purification Samurai. In our team and in our game, we tried our best to include both culture items. Here you can see a Belgian waffle, and on the other side you can see Japanese sushi. And now I have one question for you. Are you angry now? Or maybe you want a fresh drink now under your umbrella, as it is a good day and sunny day too. You can find these items in our game too. It's perfect, no? A fresh beer and a typical Japanese umbrella. But something is happening, and it is not a good day at all. Why? Because ninjas have finished their horrible plan hidden in their fortress. They created roots, a strange plant which can create a gas, a toxic gas. And this gas has the power to create monsters, like this trash bin, or this fog, or even this snake, dangerous snake. And it's your duty to purify the world of this gas, which is so harmful and dangerous for the planet and its inhabitants. Your duty is to kill all the roots. Okay, so let's launch a new game. Here you are the main character, you are the samurai with his magic katana. As you can see, this character has two attacks, the normal slash, which can kill normal enemy, and as you can see there is special enemy with a toxic gas around them. You cannot kill them with a normal slash, you have to use your power, the purification attack, like this. Perfect. The enemy is gone and the gas too. Here is items that we implemented. This is the waffle. If you take it, you can see that your stamina bar increase. And there is different items in the game. I hope you will see all of them. Another type of enemy is the ninja. The ninja which created the roots, and we are in their fortress. So let's get rid of them too. Like that. Now we are at the main part of the game. You can see at the right up that there is the number 4. That means that there is 4 roots left to kill. And here is what a root looks like. The root has also this toxic shield that you cannot kill with just normal slash. If you purify the plate, but wait too much time without slashing the root, it will have this shield back. So hurry up, purify the place and slash root. Okay, 3 roots left and you win the game. And this is it for the game. I will let you win the game by yourself. Thank you for your attention. Hello everyone and welcome. I will present our game.
Oh, great. Purification Samurai, great game. Like we have some comments on the chat. Like it's reminding people to the old great video game Prince of Persia. If you remember it, at this time it was like so great to see this kind of visuals. And that's true. It looks like a kind of little Prince of Persia. Great game. Reminder for the votes before finishing with the last video game. That, of course, you had mandatory votes, but feel free also to vote for other games that are not listed at the end. The games that had the less votes. We need you to help them, of course. We have teams. People from the team 19, Purification Samurai. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If not, you'll have the opportunity to do it later or not. Let's finish today with the last team, Team 20. They're not there, but their video is there. Cleaner's Journey, sorry. Cleaner's Journey. Let's discover it.
Hello everyone, I'm going to present you the game created by Team 20 called Cleaner's Journey. Cleaner's Journey is a 2D scroller platform. You have a little person that we can see on the left with his broom. Our broom is special because it's a 4 element: fire, wind, water and earth. You have to collect the cabbage of each level, fight the monsters and save the princess. How to play Cleaner's Journey? For the first, the movement. You can forward controller, the WASD key. You can switch palette with the C key. ON, you can change with your keyboard. It's WASD or other T. It's CON. And you can fire bullet with the space key on the monster. Actually, we have implemented one level in the game, but as you can see, the artist creates 4 levels, like water, wine, and fire. Okay, now you're ready to play. Let's go. You need to press the space key for start the game, and you're done. I can move. I can crouch. I can change. You can what I want. I take the water gun because I love them. And I can shoot the enemies and collect the cabbage for cleaning this level. I just okay. It's clean. Fire gun work. Fire gun don't work. Oh, here. And the princess. Okay. It's done. Thank you for watching the videos. Bye. Hello everyone. I'm going to present you the
Last game from Team 20, Cleaner's Journey. Great, 20 games. Only 2 of the teams could not make it. So can you imagine like the big high percentage of people working in 72 hours making great games based on some mandatory things to do? And of course the most important was the topic. It's climate change, of course. That was the idea. So this is closing this great presentations for this Japanese Belgian game jam. I would like to thank all the people, the creators, the organizers, everyone for making this happen. Don't forget to vote. You have till today 11:59 to vote before, of course, tomorrow, Thursday. The ceremony will be, of course, released on Twitch on this channel of Walga TV this Friday at 7:30 in the morning, and will be, of course, available if you want to watch it again or if you don't have the opportunity to watch it live. Thanks to the teams, Nolan and Rodolphe here in Bergen, Mons in Belgium. Thanks to you guys online, and thanks to you guys live in Japan. One last thing to say is sayonara, see you soon, and may the force be with you.